Everybody, welcome back to the 50/50 Showcase. I am taking a temporary pause from showcasing my current builds. I was on episode 43, Tanks, and I was lining up my last three when I discovered that one of my last three that I wanted to showcase, Puckk here, was not fully incarnate unlocked. So, this caused a dilemma because I want to show you what the full capability of the characters are with all their incarnates, but he's only got his alpha 81%. So he's level 50, but not fully incarnated. And then another problem I had is taking a look at his slotting. He is not yet IO'd. I have a bunch of generics. So he is not ready to showcase. But then I thought, well, then this is going to be a good time to show you, hey, how is it that you get all these level 50s? What's your magical secret that you're showing me 50 level 50s, and I have additionals on top of that that you won't be seeing? But hey, how is it that you can get all these things? You must be just sitting on a bunch of farms or something. No. I don't sit. I sorry, I kind of despise people that are doing sitting. Just lazy to me. I play the game, but it's not that I don't farm. I do farm. I just farm myself, or if I am joining another farm, I'll contribute. But for the most part, I'm farming myself because I can do it whenever I want. If I have some spare time, spend an hour here, whatever. I don't need to sit around spamming LFG channel like, oh, farm, I'm sitting, please pick me, pick me. No, that's boring, it's lame. So instead, what you're going to see, and I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm going to show you how I get my characters level 50, at least a bunch of them, and that is by farming. So in the background, you will see my farmer. Styx, he's way back there. He is a brute. He's your prototypical fire armor, radiation, melee, ass kicker. And he's built as a farmer, fire farm. This is my own designed fire farm. The outdoor, circus carny map. And I have my own custom made mobs in the back, which you'll see in a few minutes. Anybody can make their own farm in the AE buildings, the Architect Entertainment. And so all you got to do is design it to have the enemies deal a specific damage type, that your character, your farmer, is highly resistant or immune to. Styx, when you take a look at him, he's going to have 90% fire resistance. So he is going to resist almost all the damage coming from these fire attacking mobs that I've created. And you also want to create them to be tough enough to reward maximum XP. It's easy to make a bunch of guys that have like one attack, but they're only going to reward reduced XP 50%, 60%, whatever. I've designed this farm with the whole page 4 nerfing that came out, whatever it was, a year or so ago, with max XP and this is one of the biggest maps you can get. It takes me maybe about an hour to run with my main fire farmer here to clear this map completely. I've got elite bosses, minions, etc. on here. So it's got max XP I could design. And that's my main farmer back there. So while I'm farming, I will have another alt on a second account. So, hey, yes, you can have two accounts. Homecoming doesn't tell you no. So you create one account, you create another account, you have them on the same, I'm running two instances on the same computer system. Perfectly legal. I mean, that's not banned in the game. If you happen to have two computers, you can, run it on two separate computers, whatever your internet connection can handle. But I'm currently running on a single computer. I have triple boxed before with my laptop as well. It's not exactly super efficient, but you can, if you really wanted to. But anyway, I'm dual boxing, right? So Styx is on one account, Puckk is on another account. I'm going to be running Styx, and Puckk is going to get leveled up in the background. The trick to this, or the key to this, is to have a bunch of patrol XP. So if you take a look at your experience bar here, the pink, the lavender is your actual experience, and when you fill up the ring, you level up. On the Homecoming server, once you hit level 50, you don't stop leveling. you actually start earning veteran level. So the same thing applies. Every time you fill the ring, you get another vet level. And the key to the vet levels is that it's going to reward you incarnate experience, which is going to unlock your incarnate powers over here. So I'm alpha unlocked 81% currently. It's also going to earn you threads, incarnate threads, and Empyrean merits, both of which you need in order to craft your incarnate abilities. So, for instance, alpha, if I wanted to slot agility, the basic tier 1, I would need a biomorphic goo, a meditation technique, and a genomic analysis. I don't bother with the incarnate shard building stuff or the stuff you can get from running incarnate trials. That to me is too much work, honestly. I can just farm, get a bunch of threads, right? I've got 11 threads right now. And then once I get threads, I can go ahead and start crafting these, things, biomorphic goo, etc. They cost 20. Every level of vet experience for the first, I think it's 10 levels, 11 levels, 12. You get 120, I think it is, 120, 150 threads as a reward for leveling up that vet level. Except that every third level, 3, 6, 9, 12, etc., you get 20 Empyrean merits. And with your Empyrean merits, you can craft the rare and very rare stuff that you need in order to make these tier 3 and tier 4 incarnate stuff. Now, this isn't a how to incarnate video, but this is just how I take a new concept character and I can throw them immediately in here at level 1 if I want, or I can run the character through a DFB, Death from Below trial. I can run some basic mission arcs, which I like to do red side because there's a nice chain of 3 arcs, I think it is, that gives you reward merits, and they're pretty easy to do, pretty quick. You can do them like in under an hour or so and get some merit rewards for that. But anyway, I'll level up my character one way or the other. Once you get to level 50, you're in a farm like this, and every vet level you get, you're getting those threads, you're getting those merits, Empyreans that is, and then with those you can craft your incarnate abilities, and it takes 12 vet levels to get enough from the drops from the leveling process here to craft tier 3 in all 6 of your incarnates. So vet level 12 is your goal. So get level 50 and then vet level 12, and then you're tier 3 and you're ready to go kick tail no matter what you're running. You don't need to be tier 4 and everything. That takes a lot longer. I think it takes like level 36 vet level, something like that, level 33 in there roughly, to have enough threads and Empyreans to craft tier 4s and everything, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, you don't need to worry about that though. Just get to tier 3 and you're pretty much, all my characters I've been showing you are tier 3 at all their stuff. So if you're like, wow, I want to do what some of these characters are able to do, get to level 50 and then unlock your 6 incarnate slots and then get vet level 12. And it really doesn't take that much time. It'll take me a couple runs of this farm to get a character fully incarnate unlocked. Maybe almost 3 runs now because of the nerfing that was done to XP in the AE system. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was a nerf, devs. Okay. And so anyway, one way you can actually make it a little bit quicker is if you have the experience. I think I got off track, but if you have the experienced these temp powers here, every time you click one, it fills up 5 bubbles worth of patrol experience. Yeah, I didn't finish my thought on that one, sorry. So as you're leveling up, if you have patrol XP, it's like double XP. So it's going to let you level up your vet levels faster. The prestige or the buff power that you can buy from the pay to win vendor, those double XP boosters, those do not work at level 50. Once you hit level 50, they stop working. But the experienced, these clickables here will give you patrol XP. You can only have 10 bubbles of patrol experience at once, so don't just mad click this and use them all. Click it once you run out, it'll give you 5 more. You can click it twice, but don't click it more than that. So I've already got a bunch of patrol XP, which you earn patrol XP normally just by logging off the game and leaving your character sitting somewhere, all the day job experience. So that experience is built up anyway. So once I use this, I have 20 uses of patrol experience, which you get 5 freebies every anniversary of Homecoming. And I think they've been out like 3 years now. Can't believe it's 3 years. But so anyway, I've gotten like 15 from that. And then there's other, you can also get them from loot packs. You can get experience drops from that as well. So anyway, get yourself some experience if you can. That'll make this process a little bit faster for your alt that you're trying to level up. So there's Puckk. He's sitting right here. Poor guy doesn't have his incarnates unlocked. So I'm trying to unlock all his current incarnates, try to get him to vet level 12. And then that'll also, because he's level 50, he's going to just be earning raw money at this point. He currently has, for Infamy, he's sitting on 26 million. He's gonna need probably about 200 more million on top of that in order to get all the stuff I'm gonna want for this guy to be an effective, at least in my definition of effective, uh, tank or whatever level 50 incarnated character. Okay. And then my last thing I want to say is that you don't need to wait to level 50 to play your characters. I don't. That's why you look at the stuff. I do have a bunch of level 30 generic IOs slotted already. I use that so that I can at least play the guy on some missions or teams, or maybe there's some, radio team going. I can jump on there and at least have some effectiveness, right? I'll also slot, some of my standard SO DO drops that I get from enemies, right? So I'll do that as well. Although usually I just sell these because they're worth more than that than just quickly out leveling them, which the way the game is now, you can out level your SOs in like 20 minutes. So anyway, I'll buy generic IOs, and the way I'll buy them, the other thing I think I started mentioning is that, by running some of those low level arcs, and like I was mentioning with Red Side and Mercy Island, there's like a string of like 3 arcs you can run pretty quickly. They're like 3-4 missions a pop, and at the end of each, and you don't need, and I'll run these at like -1 level times 1, so I can just clear them quickly because I want the merits, the reward merits. The reward merits, once I've got them, I can exchange them for, let's say, catalysts. And then catalysts, I can go sell those on the market. I think they're selling like 1 million, 1.2 million, something like that. And I can sell, 20 of those pretty quickly. Now I've got a war chest of like 20 million, right? And then I can sit here and buy this stuff. And I don't even need to sell 20 of them. I can sell 2 of them. There's 2-3 million right there. And that's going to be enough to buy a bunch of this generic IOs. I'll level my guy up to like level 22-ish before I'll start actually slotting 25s and 30 IOs in, because you can only slot 3 above your level. So at level 22, somewhere in the 20s is when I'll start generic IOing, because that's going to give you enough enhancement to equal an SO anyway. Like SOs, single origin enhancements, are going to boost you 33%. I think a level, so like this level 31 is giving me almost 35%. 25s are like 30%. So somewhere there, the 25 to level 30 generic IOs are giving you the equivalent of single origin enhancements anyway. And these don't out level. They stay a static, 33% boost to whatever you're slotting them as. So I got accuracy, damage, endurance reduction, right? They're not as good as set bonuses, of course, but they're good enough for you to actually be useful on a team. So I'll DFB, Death from Below. I'll run some, early level story arcs, get some merits, get some levels, get myself up to, level 22. I'll throw them on a farm, get them to level 22, and then I've got enough that I can then go sell a couple things, buy some generic IOs. That's if I was just starting out. I've obviously got enough capital invested in my characters that I can just throw 100 million at this guy, no problem. But that's how I'll at least get a new character started. And then I'll go ahead and run the farm in order to get the level 50 stuff unlocked. I could just run radio missions or tips or whatever else. You could do that. You can run missions, not going to kill you. But if I just want to get a character unlocked quickly, then the farming is the easiest way. I don't need to futz around with the team and waiting for the team to start and whatever else. I'll just go and fire up my farmer for an hour and get a bunch of experience and money. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of showcase the farm a little bit. Okay. Run your own if you want. Don't. This is mine. So if you're looking for a fire farm, it's under my dark current account. I also have other farms under my alt account, which is cold current. So you can take a look if you're interested in. They're basically different elements: fire, ice, negative, electric, whatever you're thinking of. You got a brute that has that armor set. I probably have a farm for you. All right, let me go ahead and switch over to my the other version of my account here. Okay, turn on my farmer here. Come on. See if that works. All right, there he is. And make sure the sound is working. So I was shooting this earlier, and the sound, I had forgotten to change that one. One more second. Switching. See if that did it. There we go. All right, so here is Sticks. I've already started farming a little bit, but I figured, well, I'll video it and just kind of show you how I do it. So here's my farm. I designed these enemies. They're going to deal fire damage for the most part. There's a little bit of smashing in there, I think, as well. But I'm not worried. I've got 90% fire resistance, 67, 68% smashing resistance. So perfectly safe, perfectly fine. I've got elite bosses in here. They'll take a little bit longer. But again, not a big deal. So farming's real simple. You go ahead and create a character that has a whole bunch of resistance to whatever damage type the enemies are making or doing. That's why I made my own farm, so I know exactly what they're going to be capable of, the enemies, that is. And I've designed them to be max. The big thing with fire as a brute, or why people farm with it so much, is simply because of burn patch. I mean, that's the big thing that fire armor's bringing. It's just a devastating PvE. Radiation's really nice because it's got minus defense as a secondary effect, which helps you hit things. Plus, it's got radiated ground, which is another damaging aura on top of your blazing aura. It's got a self-heal in there, which is nice. And then Atom Smashers, your big PvE, just jump up and wreck a bunch of people. The hardest part about farming really is keeping your pets alive, because you're always at the aggro cap. Right there, he's dead already. But, you want to get as many bodies on top of you as you can. Good thing with your somebody just clobbered me. The good thing with your Incarnate pet is they do draw some aggro, so I think they buffed a couple of these fire armor powers, if I'm remembering now, and so they can do that knockback. Try to break some line of sight to get these guys to get closer, because I'm getting ranged to death over there. push the Vanguard. I like them, but they stay at range too much. Too much range. So in order to make this a max XP, I did have to give the enemies some pretty tough powers, so they are going to lay out some smack. You can make your farm easier, just that the XP rewards are going to be less. We'll finish this last group, and then we'll kind of check on my alt over there and see if how he's doing progressing with this alpha. I had 81% when I started. I've taken Soul Mastery. The Darkest Night helps damage mitigation. See how the Vanguard guys stay so far back, and then I've got to try to coax them over here. I mean, I took them because I liked their powers that they had. Got the heal, but he just stays so far away. Let me check on my alt here. So I've cleared what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups roughly, I think. Let's see where he's at. Hopefully I was just not going to get murdered over here. Switched my... Alright, yeah, so he's alpha unlocked now and 11% on judgment and interface. So, right, pretty easy. I've cleared about, what, 5 groups? So I can just keep going. And really, if you wanted to start playing them, just once you have your alpha unlock, I think it's, makes your character a lot more fun. Like vet level 3 is a good, at that point you can tier 3 your alpha. That's another sort of stopping point if you want to just play your character. You don't have to be tier 3 with everything. These guys are just back here ranging me. I can't stand that. But you have to give the enemies ranged attacks if you want to have the max XP per group or per mob. So you really don't have much choice unless you don't mind getting less XP per NPC here, or enemy. So you will want to use some line of sight tricks in order to gather things up. Finish this group up, and then I'm going to end the video with a final check to see where I'm at. I was at 11% on judgment and interface, and I'm clearing about another 3 groups since then. want to be shy about using your inspirations. I know there's some proud people out there that are like, no, inspirations are for the weak. You're not a real farmer. Whatever. You do you. No witnesses. All right, let's do a final check-in on Puck over here. All right, so he's now at 23%. Let me see if I can switch over to him so you can see for yourself. Do this. There he is. So here's Puck. All right, Alpha's now unlocked. Judgments are at 23. Interface is at 23. Let's see if I vet leveled yet. Personal info, not vet leveled yet, so, but I need a bar and a half. He'll vet level, and when he does, he's going to get, I think it's 123 incarnate threads as his reward for that. I currently have 18. And shards, I've got one. One thing, if you don't know about, the drop rate, threads drop way more often than shards. So really the whole shard game is just trash. I don't involve myself with it. I don't try to run a bunch of incarnates trials and get the different types like you had to do back in the olden days on live. I just get threads and merits from Empyreans and just use those to convert whatever I need and then just build it. And like I said, by the time I hit vet level 12, I have enough built up that I can just go ahead and tier 3 my 6 main incarnate powers anyway. So, and that takes me, let's see, if I had to get 12 levels plus the unlock, I mean, it's probably, if I had to run this farm back before the whole nerfing with the page 4 or whatever it was, I think if I ran, I have this set on AE as, a string of 5 missions. So if I ran all 5, which again take me about an hour a pop, so 5 hours. If I had like an afternoon, I could take this character and unlock all that crap. Full unlock and probably be pretty darn close to Incarnate 12, if not have it. I used to be able to do a level 1 character all the way to 50 and unlock all of the incarnates with a set of 5 of those missions. That was what this farm was designed. It was guaranteed. I guaranteed it to you. However, now it's not as good because they had reduced the XP per, defeat, to encourage more team play and other content, which I don't think has really worked that much because people just run radio crap now. But anyway, that's the way it was. So that's my method of taking a character and getting them fully unlocked and be able to slot all these, nice enhancements. Once I've got this guy fully unlocked, he should have, what's his money looking like now? Okay, I'm sitting here at almost 30 million. So I've already made, a bunch of cash. I'm going to sell a bunch of the stuff that I'm getting as drops, like recipes. I've got a purple recipe that I could flip or sell. These recipes here, like the level 50s, will sell for about 100,000 on them, just to the vendor. Some of the stuff might be sellable as is. If it's a decent, like the purple, I could sell that if I wanted to. So anyway, I can make cash by the time I'm done. I think I was getting like, I forget what it's like 20 million or something like that, 30 million with all the sales on like a full run of this, if my memory serves roughly. Again, that's the money I earn plus all the crap I would sell. Would, depending on the run, it could be 20, 30 million. If again, memory serves, I've done it and really paid attention to it in a while. But, because once you got enough money, it doesn't matter. My alts, like sticks, he might have 50, 100 million just sitting in his pocket right now, because I'll usually take chunks of it and throw it in my email. So then when I have a new alt come in, I can just grab that cash and use it to purchase, whatever I need to fill in. So I'm not starving for money, but if you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out, hey, how do I get all these alts? That's going to be a method that you're going to want to use. Get yourself a farmer first, and then use that guy to get your new characters leveled up. And once you got level 50s, your money just makes itself at that point. All right. Hopefully there's some useful information in there. I'll see you once I got this guy done. And then I've got 2 other tanks I'm going to get rolling as well on. All right, I'll catch you later.